guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Serenity Soul Invictus Sue for those who know me. I am just excited today because I wanted to talk about some things, quite a few things actually on here. And I usually plan out my videos and all that, but sometimes we do the little live stream thing, which I'm trying to get you guys engaged here. But today I had something planned, but I still may do it later on. But if you see my hair dripping, if anything drips during this video, I just washed my hair, I just worked out, and trust me, Jillian Michaels just beat my ass, but I'm good. Okay, I didn't have to take a painkiller, so I'm fine. Clearly I have energy, so I thought, why not let's do a video today that will empower everybody, that will put a smile on your faces moving throughout the week, and that is going to make you feel invincible. Okay, during this course of our lives, in this journey we call life, we know we hit a lot of hurdles, we hit a lot of things that come to us like surprises, like we're not expecting certain things to happen to us. We call them curveballs, and sometimes people go through life in fear of those curveballs. Sometimes you just try to have faith and you say, okay, I'm moving with faith, but deep inside you're not really operating from a faithful point. You're actually in fear. And so today I thought, why not let's find something to talk about that is going to make us feel stronger, that is going to remind us of the God in us, that's gonna make us remember that we are God's within. God is not separate from us, that God is inside of us. God is inside of every creation that is around us. And so that means everything around us, the universe is always working on our side. It's always got our back. So we have to remember that and start living our own truth, walking our own path, and start worrying about what other people think. And this is why I continue to do this. This is why I continue to share things on Facebook, other social media platforms, because honest to God and honest to the God inside of me, the God that I am through me, I am not afraid, and I am not actually worried one bit about other people's opinion of me. I was one time ago, but the more I do this, the more I express myself, the more I come out and fight that fear, the better I feel, the stronger I get, okay? And one day it's going to be rewarded. And actually, if you really look at it, it's being rewarded daily. We are free, we are happy, we are living in a place of freedom. We're free to walk, we're free to move without worrying about shrapnel and bombs going off here and there. So thank God, I'm happy, so we may not be sometimes happy every single moment of our lives. Like this morning when I realized there was no more creamer to go in my coffee or even milk to put in it. That gets me furious. However, we are able to live. We are able to drink coffee and enjoy it. So what's better than that? So today, let's go through this. This video is talking about 10 life lessons that we can learn from the book, The Alchemist. Now, if you've read that book, and if you loved it like I did, you would be actually watching this video until the end, because I love that book. And I read that about maybe about 5-6 years ago on my phone. I just downloaded a bunch of PDF versions of books that maybe I couldn't find. Some of them I couldn't afford at the time. And that book, it took me maybe about 3 or 4 nights. Like I would read at night before I go to bed. And every night I read, I did not want to close my eyes and go to sleep. I just wanted to get to the next chapters. Like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Like, Santiago is of course the focus of that book, and his adventure in finding his personal life's goal, mission, legend was the most miraculous story ever. Like, not ever, of course, if you know the story of Christ, that's actually one of the most miraculous stories ever told, the greatest story ever told. However, Santiago's story is not much different, and Paulo Coelho puts this book in such phenomenal light. It makes you think about all aspects of our lives. And so without me rambling anymore, let's get into these 10 lessons by the book, The Alchemist, okay? The first lesson Now, this is coming from a website actually of conscious reminders, but it is something that I need to share, okay? And if you have any lessons that you've learned from this book, I would urge you to leave it in the comments. Let me know what this book has taught you. How has this opened your eyes or changed your mind in some way to live better and to move toward your own personal truth and liberty? Fear. This is number one, the number one lesson. Fear. Fear is the bigger obstacle than the obstacle itself. Hello, did you hear that? Fear is a bigger obstacle than the obstacle itself. Oftentimes, we think about this suffering that's going to come from this whatever it is that we're seeking. We're like, oh Lord, what if this doesn't happen? What if this goes this way instead of the way I'm, seeing it go? What if I don't get what I want? What if this, and your heart is never going to suffer if it's a seed planted within you that is telling you to go toward a certain destination, to make this decision to move and to do it now, and you feel that desire, that burning desire in your heart, that is never going to lead you to suffering, okay? That is something that is leading you to your greater self, that is leading you to more happiness and abundance, okay? Every second in search of that goal, every second moving toward that goal is our seconds with the divine, okay? With all of the universe, with all of eternity behind you, because it is not you yourself that has put that in you, that has come from the divine. It's something within that has just been planted. Perhaps it's been there all along and you've just never seen it. It's just now that something has surfaced and has triggered that to start sprouting now. It's germinating that seed. And so any new pursuit requires now for you to actually move with uncertainty. You're not sure what's going to happen, what's the outcome going to be like. And it definitely can be frightening for many of us. Some people, seem to operate without fear, but for all of us, the rest of us, we have that thing, that little voice that says, hey, hello, hold it back, that's scary. But with any great risk, you're going to reap the reward, okay? You're not going to regret making that decision, because that is your soul telling you to make a move, okay? Telling you to go ahead. I got your back, all right? The next up on this list is seeking truth. And this is a big one for many of us, and we know now in this age of awakening and stuff like that, what is made of purity, what is made of actual pure essence, is never going to deplete, is never going to be destroyed, it's never going to vanish and go away, okay? If you had always basically, like the truth, like they said, 3 things that cannot be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. If you heard that quote, if you actually have a Facebook account or an Instagram account or any of these social media accounts, I'm sure you've heard that, that quote. Those 3 things cannot be ruined, okay? Cannot be hidden. They will always surface, all right? And so when you're searching for that right decision, when you're making that move and it feels true within your heart, it's going to withstand the test of time. It's going to actually prove itself to other people who may have doubted you. So it's not your business to worry about what the other guy says, If you feel it true in your heart, move toward that truth, okay? That is your light. That is the light being shown, like that beacon, that big lighthouse, okay? Head there. The next, 3rd lesson by The Alchemist, by the book, is breaking out of the cycle of monotony. And when I was in probably 7th or 8th grade, I learned this word, monotony. We had a teacher, Miss Curry, and she was kind of monotonous, but she taught us that word. We used to go through lessons of the vocabulary workshop books and learn all kinds of new words every time we go to her class. And I just loved her class because I love vocabulary, language, Monotony, that's that state of boredom. That is when you get like the bah humbug, like, day in, day out, routine. Some people are creatures of habits. I certainly am not. I like variety. I like to mix it up. I like excitement. I like to see different things, So each day when each day is starting to seem like it's just the exact, like a replica of yesterday, and day in and day out you're going into this like, oh, this again, like, you have to break yourself out of that. And a lot of times it comes from not noticing things differently. Gratitude is definitely important, because each day you have a bunch of things that you can be thankful for, that you can see differently, and that when life gets stagnant, things like that, like you start to feel like, okay, what's going on here? I don't have a challenge. I'm not moving. I'm like, what's happening? It's time for you to change the way you look at things. It's time to change your perspective, and by your seeking it, it's also going to seek you. And that is what makes the difference between a monotonous, boring, routine life and an exciting, adventurous journey such as Santiago's. Okay? The next lesson learned by the book The Alchemist is to embrace the present, the now. The now is all we have. Okay? We can't live in our past. We can't jump and, like, pole vault into the present, into the future. We only have the now. And if you concentrate on the present, that's where your happiness lies. Okay? You cannot change anything else but the now. Okay? There's no point in dwelling and holding on to things from the past. Perhaps say you did something the other day and you said something, or you made, like me, like did a post, a post comment or something, and you did it like 5-6 times of the same person. You're like, oh my God. I don't want to seem obsessed. Like, wow, I just did that. Let it go. To hell with it. Things happen. Life goes on. And by, let's just say, another hour, it won't matter anymore. Okay? And you will have felt proud that you actually made that bold move toward, like, being fearless. So how you engage and how you feel, how you act and interact with your present is going to mean the difference a lot of times between happiness and misery, suffering. Suffering usually is self-inflicted. We think about all the things that we didn't do, all the things that we should have done, all the things that we can't do, all the things that it's too much. All right. We have too much distractions to even focus on all of that. Focus on the now. Simplify your life. Number 5, fifth lesson learned by the book The Alchemist, that success, I love this one, has a ripple effect. It's a ripple, like spirit fingers. This is the essence of an alchemist, okay? An alchemist is one who actually takes a certain thing, a base, and actually transforms it or transmutes energy and changes that base into something more pure, and definitely has a ripple effect. It definitely is something catching, because, like they say, the term followers, like, I never liked that term. Followers are actually, like I said, whatever you're seeking is also seeking you. So for a person to actually become a follower of yours, they're seeking the same thing basically that you're seeking. That does not mean they're just following you blindly. It means that, they're liking the same thing. They're feeling that same vibe, the same energy. And so when you go on a path, a journey to better yourself, on a journey to actually become better at what you do, to see things in a better way, or to actually, like, you'll never be perfect, but you can seek daily progress. And that's the name of, like, my fitness group I have on Facebook. It used to be Progress, Not Perfection. Okay? Because that's what it's about. Growing, evolving, not trying to be perfect and pretending that you're perfect. But the master, remember, was once a student. And some people would look at that master and like, oh my God, I could never do that. I could never do that. Yes, you can, because remember, that master was just like you one day. And that master showing his patience and believing in his dream, believing that he can operate fearlessly to move towards bettering his craft or his skill or himself, is what leads now to other people being inspired by him, and what leads now to say, wow, he did that. And some people remember when he was a student himself. So growth and change And evolution, this is just a part of our reality, a part of our nature as fifth dimensional beings in a human body. Okay, so your lifestyle, all of the things, the people around you, all of those people are going to change and transform as you do yourself. So instead of criticizing, instead of actually, and we all are guilty of this, trust me, I am, I'm a Scorpio, so think about this, a Scorpio rising, think about this, okay? The people closest to me suffer the most sometimes, and it's not that I'm trying to be harsh on them, it's not that, it's just that sometimes you want to see people put their best foot forward, you want to see effort, you don't want, we know that everybody has their time for stuff, but the thing to remember, that's why I'm doing this video today, talking about this. This is a reminder to myself as well. Once you start bettering yourself, the rest will follow. Seek ye first that kingdom of God and all his righteousness. Remember that now. I do magic, but I do believe that the messages of the Holy Bible definitely have a place in our lives if we actually utilize it metaphorically and symbolically and substitute the names and figures with ourselves. And this is how we are going to see all other things be added unto us. And this is how we're going to see all other people change and become better versions of themselves by you taking that first step, by you being fearless, by you ignoring other people's messed up opinions and moving toward that inner truth, that light that's calling you. That's how it happens. Next up, making a decision. This is number 6. The 6th lesson that we learn from the book The Alchemist, okay? Indecision is paralyzing, all right? When something is calling you, when something is pulling you, that's your destiny calling. That's my true belief, okay? It's easy to really get caught up in the what ifs, all of that. This is what happens to a lot of people. But we have to learn to start making decisions now. This is a part of living in the present as well. Because what's the point of being present? What's the point of being right here and so focused, but you're still? You're not actually planning on the next move. You're not actually even saying, okay, it's time. You're just sitting there, living in the present, breathing, like you're taking a meditative stance your whole life. You have got to make a decision, all right? And sitting there will get you nowhere. So that's one of the biggest lessons, being decisive, knowing what you're going towards, what your move is, your next move is going to be. And that's, of course, coming from that present feeling that you have within your own heart to make a move, okay? Santiago had a dream. Santiago had repetitive dreams, okay? And this is what made him make this decision. He is not that he's so worried about the future that, what's going to happen to me in the future. He's just, this dream is like a message that kept calling him, pulling him towards this certain destination. So you have to answer that call. That call is personal. That call is just for you to answer. Number 7, 7th lesson we've learned from the book The Alchemist, is to remember to be a little unrealistic. This is a big one for a lot of us because we feel like sometimes our dreams are foolish. We feel like, oh my God, like who's ever going to do that? Just like Infinite Waters. What's his name? Ralph. Okay. Hey, big ups to you and your channel. But I was watching a series of his videos a few days ago, and I was subscribed to his channel for quite some time now, maybe about 2 or 3 years, but I had skipped out a lot over time doing these videos and following other people and stuff like that. So I said, oh, let me just binge watch Infinite Waters, right? And he's mentioning this thing about these artists, talking about, when is it time to when do you know that you're a master teacher? And he made an analogy. He's giving examples about these great artists, one who kind of did not really believe in the value of his art and his work and sold for small amounts of money, and the other who totally believed in his work and it sold for like millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? And it continued to happen over and over again. So being unrealistic, I'm making this reference to that channel because if you're that artist and you're thinking about selling, let's just say, a little still life photo, picture, portrait for $13 million, you're going to say, oh my gosh, most people would say that's unrealistic. Like, who's going to buy that? But being unrealistic is actually being fearless. Being unrealistic is actually being decisive. Being unrealistic is actually listening to that inner voice and following that guiding light that is within, that is shining to the path for you to follow, okay? And the greatest innovators, the greatest inventions, the greatest innovations that we've seen in our history has come from people who ignored that thing that said, oh, that is preposterous. Like, what are you doing? Who's going to do that? Like, look at where we are in terms of technology, in terms of travel, in terms of relationships. The impossible is being done right now, every day, every second of every day. Okay? I just watched a video. There was a Korean woman who was married. Anyway, it's a long story, but trust me, that people would like drop their mouths like in shock, because nothing is impossible. All right, just remember that. So be unrealistic with your goals, with your dreams, with your ideas. Okay, be creative. I follow, there's a channel on astrology, Lady Dunsheva, and she has a special guest often on her channel, Magic Mike. All right, that guy, people may think he's like a lunatic, but I absolutely love him. I love him because he makes you remember that the impossible is never impossible. Okay, it's only impossible to those who believe it's impossible. Anything is possible. Okay, if you want to get married to anyway. I'm going to save that for another video, because I actually thought about something just now that was pretty deep. Stay tuned for that, okay? The 8th lesson from the book The Alchemist is to pick yourself back up, to be resilient. Okay, this is definitely one of the untold secrets of life. Okay, being resilient. This is we all face failure. We all fall down. We all, get hit with some curveball, like I said earlier, and stuff. But the point is to remember that you're not to stay down. The only failure is when you stop trying. That's the only way to fail. There is no failure. Failure, like Einstein says, if you fail 99 times, if you try 100 times, you learn 99 ways not to do something and the one way to do it, to succeed, okay? So keep picking yourself back up, brush that dust off, and just keep it moving, man. Like, forget the rest of them. Like, don't look back at who's falling down too. You just keep going. You just get up and do your thing, okay? Because actually, when you persevere, when you keep trying at something, it is impossible to continue to fail and never succeed, never become victorious at it. You gotta keep at it, And like I said, great people have fell many times. When we talk about great people, I'm thinking Nikola Tesla. All right, okay, failed a lot of times. But look at his name right now. Look at the people who have tried to keep his ideas or steal his ideas or, monopolize his ideas. Where did that get them? Nowhere fast, okay? Keep trying. Don't give up, all right? The 9th lesson that we've learned from the book The Alchemist. Remember to follow your own heart. Follow your truth, okay? Be true to yourself. Remember this video now, I just did this yesterday, and it's talking about finding your own truth. Are you living your own truth? Or are you living a lie? And this was important for me to share yesterday. It was heavy on my heart because of some things that were going on, some stuff that I just saw recently, and it's like, what's going on, Is this really love? Is it really am I doing one thing in the front of this person and becoming a whole different person To the other, is this, be true to yourself and focus on your journey. Don't worry about what the other guy is doing. Okay, if somebody, like I said earlier, I think that was about the sixth lesson that we learned about being success becoming a ripple effect. If somebody is not doing things as you think they should be, if they're not following the path exactly the way you follow yours, that's not for you to worry about, all right? Because it's not your path. You follow your path, all right? And everybody has such a great, wonderful plan for other people's lives. They're like, oh, well, she should be doing this. Why is she sitting here doing this on YouTube? What is she doing? Like, follow your journey, okay? Because like the book, The Alchemist, at the end, we're getting to the end of this list. Don't forget, at the end, it was a great surprise. At the end, the surprise was not like a grandiose celebration, but it was a surprise that people never expected, that Santiago himself never expected it to turn out to be, which led him right back where he started, which led him to realize his entire picture of his entire life unfolding by his dream, by his journey, by his making the decision to follow his journey, okay? So focusing on your journey is very important. There's absolutely nothing wrong with getting suggestions or taking a little bit of, helpful advice, encouragement from other people. But at the same time, make sure it's in alignment with who you are. Make sure it's in alignment with the things that you want to be doing. The energy, all of these things, make sure that they align. Like I said, mind, body, and spirit, all three have to be in harmony in order for you to be happy and in order for you to move towards success. Last but not least, the 10th lesson that we learned from the book, The Alchemist, is take action, okay? Take action in your lives. The only way that you learn is not by cramming down a bunch of books. It's not by listening to seminar after seminar and spending like thousands of dollars, hearing somebody else tell you their testimony over and over and over again. The only way that you learn and experience things, learn for yourself, is to experience things for yourself, okay? And the only way to do that is to get it moving, keep it moving, and start to make decisions one at a time, Once you see the vision, take the step, okay? And so, with that being said, that is the end of this video, and I am so happy that you joined in. I hope this has been encouraging for you. I hope it has been like the sun rising today on your lives. And I want to say thank you as well, now that you're here, now that we're reached this far in this video, to all of my new subscribers, all of the people who follow, who subscribed a long time ago and who return. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. We are going to be getting into this even deeper as time goes on, and so I'm so appreciative for you guys. Much love, much thanks, much blessings. And like I said, my fitness group on Facebook is called Journey of Progress, and you can sign up whenever you like. You can join. It's a closed group, but in the meantime, right now, I'm doing a lot of other ventures I'm trying to start doing, so I'm going to let you guys know as I get information on those. I will be updating you. So thanks again for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and as I always love to close out with, peace and love, guys. Blessed be, and namaste. Bye.